everybody. This is Ginger, and this is Ginger's Chat Show. Tuesday, September 17th, 2024. Sorry about yesterday. Facebook was having issues with their Facebook Live, and I was hoping I wasn't going to have to post just a plain. Sorry. Post a plain video on YouTube. And not having you guys having to comment, which makes it kind of tough. Hi, Nancy! How's the weather in Wisconsin? Up here we had rain yesterday, some rain, we had some fog. Yesterday morning was very, very foggy. You couldn't even see the roads. So fall basically coming. And hasn't been as hot as it has been, so it's cooling off, and it's going to be a little unsettled, but that's typical of the Pacific Northwest. Anyway, here, let me fix my camera a little bit. There we go. There. Anyway, today we're going to talk about the political violence that's happening. This is the second attempt on, supposedly a second attempt on Trump. I find that kind of, yeah, well, Wisconsin being a landlocked land more than anything, yeah, I know what you mean, Nancy. So anyway, as far as Trump's supposed, which I'm going to say, supposed political, he was supposed to be, not supposed to be, attempt assassination. It feels like it's kind of almost a setup, because how is the guy going to know that Trump is going to be out doing his golfing? Or did he case the place before and kind of track Trump's movements then too? And, I'm just like, and how Trump is when he doesn't want to follow instructions. And being told, no, you better not do this, you shouldn't be doing this. And he didn't like to be told no. Well, that's just too bad, that's the way things are. And he went out and golfed early anyway, which kind of took the Secret Service by surprise. And then this happened, okay? And the guy, good thing there was no line of sight, but, and it was basically caught at it. The guy had a machine gun before he was arrested for that. Florida needs to beef up its laws as far as not allowing mentally ill people like this guy have weapons. Okay. They need to push back against the NRA, said no, safety first. And take the semi-automatics off the streets. And really, if you really read the Second Amendment, it says well-regulated militia, which they were stating at that time in the 1770s that the National Guard was being formed. It's a local militia, which is sanctioned by the U.S. government, or the newly formed U.S. government. And, of course, back then they had muskets, which were not semi-automatic rifles. They were single-shot muskets. really envisioned if there was going to be any changes in weaponry. I would suspect they did, but they just didn't, well, talk about further, if you will. Um, but in any case, there should be no place in political violence ever. Okay, it was bad enough when I saw when Robert F. Kennedy was shot and killed. Um, in almost in the same manner as his brother, older brother, the President Kennedy. So, but the other thing too you have to think about is that Trump keeps putting out all this violent rhetoric. He's bringing this on himself. He's causing the problem. And there are people out there that don't think things through. They don't use common sense, okay? They blindly follow Trump because Trump is similar to them. Well, you just don't go after somebody just because they disagree with them. And Trump is now putting out threats that he'll go after every Democrat that voted for Kamala Harris and everything else. Well, my answer to Trump is neither, neither, neither. I could vote whoever I want to vote with, who I feel will do the best job. And Trump is not qualified. He never has been qualified, okay? He just screwed things up. And he never bothered to learn the job properly. And he just needs to be put in jail because he broke a lot of laws. And this immunity crap, no president should have immunity, okay? So, they need to push back on his rhetoric and say, stop it and shut up. And now more and more of the MAGAs are leaving Trump. They're abandoning him. They're sick and tired of him. And I think more and more people are starting to wake up. And they're finding out the Republican Party is not really a true Republican Party anymore. And so the classical Republicans, I call them classical because they don't believe in all this crap that MAGA keeps, MAGA or MAGA, however they're called, keep spewing out. And they go, no, we follow the laws of the country, and that's it. Sure, there's a difference of opinion, but ultimately, in the end, we achieve our goals. Common sense goals. And this is what they need to go for. Oops, sorry. Need to put it out here. I slept in late, so I'm like not quite awake yet. So the MAGAs need to shut up and just leave Trump alone and vote for a person who will do the job properly, who will fix the issues that do need fixing, and that is Kamala Harris. I really like her. She's, people said when they have talked to her, she's easy to talk to. She'll listen to what you're saying. She will discuss various things. She will ask questions. And then, you convey your idea to her and say, hey, why can't we do this? And then she will, they say a lot of times, she will combine that in her plan. And I think we should do more of that. We should engage more in our government. Flash a note to our representatives and our senators and say, hey, let's do this. Let's fix this. Because they have to realize that everything that within the government, within the industry, within the health, all the other issues, everything's tied in together. Everything is connected together. Maybe more tightly than others, but they're connected together. Hi, Loki. So, we really need to push for common sense and decency and treating people with respect. Help people when you can. Um, Direct them to the right resources that are available. Each state, I'm sorry, I'm fighting allergies. Not allergies. It's just a change of weather. Um, Point them to the agencies that will help them, and then really get the help they really need. Reason why you have a lot of homeless people on the streets is because of the high apartment prices. They they do work, but they don't make enough. Keyword, enough. They don't make enough to make the rent. So apartment owners that need to lower the apartment prices, they have no excuse to raise the apartment prices sky high. They need to stop the greed. And that's the other thing that we need to stop is the greed. Stop the price gouging and stop the greed and start people getting in people housing. And to get the homeless off the streets. Um, you know, and they need to stop harassing the homeless. They got to have somewhere to go. A lot of them have nowhere to go. They need to start, those that harass them need to put themselves in their shoes. And those that harass need to be made homeless so they can understand the situation. A lot of them don't. They're up in their ivory towers and they don't seem to get it. And they, of course, in many ways, they need to count their blessings. But we need to push back on that and say, hey, we need to help them. We need to get them off the streets. Up here in Pierce County, the county's been buying up old abandoned hotels, fixing them up, and then turning them to very low rent apartments for homeless and get them in there. And that's what they've been doing. And then teach them how to do proper housekeeping and everything else. Some of them were let go out of the mental hospitals, and many of them never achieved any kind of skills or anything. So they need to be taught the skills. Okay? That was what happened in the 70s when a lot of mentally ill were pushed out of the hospitals. A lot of them been in there for years, and this is all they're used to. They have a roof over their head. They get three meals and snacks a day and everything. But they were kicked out, and they had nothing or nowhere to go. Even families wouldn't take them in, or families were no longer there. And so we need to stop treating people like that and say, no, we need to fix this. Okay. Up here they're looking at, they're building a brand new Western State Hospital, because the current Western State Hospital here, which here in Lakewood, the current hospital was built in late 1800s, and it's been upgraded so many times, but the building's falling apart, and they need to get a new building that's safer for everybody, more secure, and better setup. So they're working on doing that, and they're planning to tear down the old building. One section of the building they did close down because they had discovered that it had asbestos in there, and so they closed it, moved everybody out that was left, and closed it up and secured it until they were able to get rid of that. Um, there's a big push now to get rid of buildings that do have asbestos in it. And some people don't know this, but asbestos does cause lung cancer. Um, so you don't want to breathe that in, no. So, anyway, okay, well, I will do my chat on Friday as scheduled at 1 o'clock, and I'm glad that this is working now as it should. I was getting to the point now, I was almost ready to just do my post a live video, or post a video on YouTube and just post it, instead of I couldn't use Facebook Live. And Dorothy Tyndall, if you hear this and see this, please send my love to Virginia Teresi and hope that she's better. I don't know if you got the notice or not, Nancy, but Virginia fell this morning. And so now she's back in the hospital. She had a UTI. So they hope that they get this situated and fixed. So my prayers are to her. So anyway, I will see you guys later. I will post this video on my YouTube channel. Sorry, I got the hiccups. On my YouTube channel, and I will see you later. Okay, talk to you later. Love you. Bye-bye.